Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Command Point. My name's Ryan, and today I'll be your host for this, I guess, game one of the Zenith play-in tournament. Well, I guess it's not really a tournament. It's kind of like half of the people in Zenith 2021 were pre-qualified well ahead, and so they don't have to play a play-in, but everybody who is able to get in at the tail end of the ELO season, they are now in the play-in stages for the Zenith 2021 Kill Team Tournament. Today, our players are RayJay and Lues. Ray is going to be playing his Adeptus Mechanicus, and Lues is going to be playing as the forces of the Tau Empire. So yeah, from Lues, we looks like we've got just drones on drones on drones. Very interesting grav inhibitor drone. I've never actually seen anyone use that drone before. Some rail rifles, specialist, another rail rifle, Pathfinder leader, a Pathfinder gunner with an ion rifle. I'm particularly not a big fan of that model. This is not the entire kill team, obviously. This is just Lues' overall command roster for this tournament, I guess. So now looking over at RayJay, got a lot of. I'm not sure if this is actually his entire roster or if this is just models that he has um, like available. I think this might be his roster. Roughly 20 models here, so a smattering of Electro Priests, Rust Stalkers, and Infiltrators, and then of course the Skitarii Vanguard with Plasma Calivers, Omnispexes, what you would typically expect of an Adeptus Mechanicus list. So with this new updated Zenith Arena board, I believe Lues is the one behind all this stuff actually, and he's recently updated it to make all the walls match the board. Very cool. And then we've also updated the scoreboard, and then we've got a little scoreboard tracker on the bottom of your screen there for you guys. So that's really cool. Bringing up the production value here. Yeah, chat. Let me know which team you guys think is gonna be able to get it out here and pull through with a victory on this map. This is Genitorum, I believe it's called. They've got these 2 corner deployments with 4 objectives. So they are still going through the. Guess they're going over Ray's roster here. People pulling for Ray here. Versus Tau, I'd run the Priest. I play a lot of Tau and they scare me. Yeah, Tower's scary. I don't even think it matters the packet. Those Tau drones are so cheap and they're so durable. Um, they can just do it all really. They get you board control. You're able to lock up models. They don't really get to punch above their weight, but they can hold models that are well above their weight in terms of points cost and lethality. So that's huge for them too. And then with like 2 to 3 rail rifles, that's all you need. Yeah, so before we started the stream, RayJay said that this was his first game of Kill Team in a while, but you know, that's never stopped RayJay before from coming out with some crazy come from behind victory, or not even a come from behind victory, just uh, a spectacular victory. In the last tournament he played in, I believe he beat Matt H, who's one of the top ELO ranked players, just one of the top kill team players, period. Uh, beat his Gene Stealer cult on, was it the Ibericon tournament that we ran. Of course, with his Admech. I think Admech is really the only faction that Ray has ever really played.
Hello, hello.
Hey, Shane. How's it going?
It is going. It is going. I'm excited for this game.
Yeah. All right. We got 35 viewers in here already, man. This is crazy.
This is the Legend of RayJay here.
Yep. What is this, like part 6 of the Legend of RayJay? I was just telling the stream about how RayJay, despite consistently being ranked as an underdog, has managed to pull off some spectacular victories against top ranked players. So
Yeah, this would just be another in a long line of legendary moments for him. He's like a volatile player, right? He is the kind of player that he can lose to or beat anybody. It's like nothing I've seen in Kill Team.
yeah. All right, so this is interesting. We have got our players' secondary objectives picked out. So RayJay has opted for Scout the Field, Bounty Hunter, and Cut Apart on Genitorium against Tau. And then Lues has opted for Scout the Field, Proximity Alert, and Bounty Hunter.
Okay. If you just want to give me the password so I can hop in there. Was it Scout the Field you said that RayJay had?
I think I said they both have it.
Interesting. Super interesting take for RayJay there. I must say I'm really enjoying the new Zenith overlay that we have here. Thank you very much to Fox for that.
Oh, it was Fox who did it. Okay.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Lues made the original board though, correct?
Yeah, it was kind of a
Okay.
collaboration between Fox and Lues to get
Okay.
this part going.
So it looks like they're just about to bring out their actual rosters that they'll be playing. Or I guess their lists.
Yeah.
Their kill teams.
I honestly, I think looking at Admech and looking at Tau, I think Admech is actually one of the teams that might kind of like sneakily have the tools to be able to deal with Tau
Yeah.
potentially.
Why is that?
Well, I was really mainly thinking about the Fulgurates and the Rust Stalkers.
Hmm.
A lot of people talk about the shield drones, kind of the oppressiveness, and how despite for 7 points, how hard it is to actually get those models off the board. The Rust Stalkers and the Fulgurates' ability to just dish out mortal wounds could maybe kind of work past that invuln that a lot of people struggle with against
Yeah.
Tau. So it's something worth considering. They don't get to reroll charges, so for a melee-ish team, you're not going to. They're going to struggle against the Gravinhib drone, which I'm actually not sure. Does Lues have a Gravinhib drone on the
He
roster?
does. Yeah, he does.
Yeah, that thing is going to be a big boon for a lot of melee teams, that especially ones that can't reroll charges. And we're starting to finally see Tau players take it more.
Yeah, right.
Um, and it's something that's a bit scary, in my opinion. Having like a minus D, and it's such a long, it's like 12 inches you just need to be within from the charger, and it's a minus D3, so that could be a -3 on a charge, which is like suddenly like a 3-inch charge becomes kind of like a what if.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I was thinking, I've never personally used it just because the one of the first games I had playing Tau, I used the grav inhibitor drone against your orcs, and of course it just spectacularly failed to do anything because orcs just all get free rerolls to their charge just natively. Doesn't matter what subfaction you take. That's just what orcs get.
Yeah.
So I just have never thought of taking it like ever since then. But yeah, that's a fair point. And it looks
Yeah, it
like
is.
Lues has opted to bring it.
Yeah, I think we're going to be seeing the Gravinhib drone a lot during Zenith. I think we haven't seen it much competitively, but I think this is going to be a new thing that is going to be a real pain in the butt for melee teams.
Interesting. All right. So he Lues has opted for, it looks like two railgunners, a demo spec, and a sniper spec with a Pathfinder comms. Oh, it's a Pathfinder comms gunner, but it only has a pulse carbine.
Interesting.
And then there's a another
I
Pathfinder gunner.
Ion rifle.
Yes. And then
A
we've
lot
got,
of shield drones here.
yeah, one, two, three, four, 7 shield drones, 2 gun drones, grav inhib drone, and the recon drone, of course, and auto take. Looking over at RayJay's, wow, look at this. We've got a Vanguard Sergeant Leader with Radium Carbine, uh, two Vanguard, or excuse me, a Vanguard Gunner with Plasma Caliber, a Vanguard Comm Specialist with Radium Carbine and Omni Specs, 3 Fulgurite Electro Priests, one of them is a Zealot, a Ruststalker Princeps Veteran Specialist, a Ruststalker with Cord Claw and Transonic Razor, and an Infiltrator Princeps with Flechette Blaster and Taser Goad. How do you think? What do you think of Ray's list here against Tau?
Well, I like the Rust Stalkers and the Fulgurates. I was just talking about this. I think that they have the mortal wound output to maybe deal with this horde of shield drones. And here's one thing to consider: the Tau list that we're looking at here is so many shield drones, and Luz is going to want to throw those into RayJay's face, I think, ideally.
Mm-hmm.
And if he's throwing them into RayJay's face, then the Gravinhib drone isn't really keeping them away,
Right.
right? Because the shield drones are closing the distance themselves. So, I mean, that's something definitely worth considering here. And if those Fulgurates do get kills and they do get through, they become really hard for Tau to deal with, because they get that 3-up invuln after a kill.
Mm-hmm. I think I saw someone in the chat earlier ask how many points this game is. This is 125 points using the Zenith 2021 tournament packet.
Yeah, This is kind of the first real game of not officially the Zenith tournament, because this is the qualifiers, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the first step before Zenith, which is kind of like our like finals, our like grand tournament at the end of the season.
Yeah, so I was explaining a little bit earlier how it worked. Basically, like, there's a group of people whose elo scores were so high or who had won tournaments during this elo season that they're just in Zenith, and they're like the top ranked Zenith. I think it's like a top 8 situation, right? And then
Yeah.
there's
So it's the 4 winners of the 4 big tournaments we had over the past year, and then after that, the next 8 highest ranked players auto qualify.
mhm,
So that's the first 12, and then after that, the next 8 highest ranked after that play in this qualifier tournament, where the top 4 at the end of the 3 rounds will qualify for Zenith.
right.
So this is that qualifier tournament here. So these guys are on the cusp of qualifying for Zenith, and they basically they're looking to go 2-1 at least in the 3 rounds that happen, and this is round 1. So if they don't qualify, it's not the end of the or if they don't win this game, it's not the end of the world, but
Yeah.
it definitely hurts their chances very much of making it for Zenith.
Do you by chance know which sub factions our players are running today?
I believe we're seeing Sasea from Lues,
Uh-huh.
and I want to say Metallica for RayJay,
Yeah,
but
just looking at the paint schemes.
yeah, I'm gonna double check,
Okay.
because there's always the chance that Ray opted for Ryza last minute. The last time we saw Ray,
Mm-hmm.
well, I think the time before the last time we saw Ray, I believe he did go Ryza. He's done it before.
Yeah,
Just getting the
the
roster pulled up
potential
now.
mortal wound output with Ryza is kind of wild.
Yeah, definitely. Let me take a look though. He has taken Metallica,
Okay.
and just to confirm, it is Sasea for the Tau, which
Okay.
I was expecting. I mean, Tau Sept with all these shield drones would make much sense to me.
Right. So Sasaya, that gives you reroll ones to your shooting attacks, and then it gives you +1 leadership, correct?
Yeah.
And
Whereas the
then
alternative that we were thinking about would have been increased
yeah, just
capability on the
Overwatch on
Overwatch.
5s, yeah. And
Yeah.
then the Metallica, so you did an Inside Shane's Brain episode on Metallica. What does the Metallica subfaction give to the Admech here?
Yeah, so the Metallica subfaction allows them to advance and fire their assault weapons without taking the penalty, which is, for a team that has so many quality assault weapons like the Admech, it's super good. Your Corpuscari, who are getting 3 shots, assault 3 with their electrostatic gauntlets, are able to advance without taking that penalty. Your plasma calivers, which is the big one that a lot of people default to, can advance and shoot without taking that penalty. So yeah, I mean, weirdly enough, the Metallica subfaction in this particular match isn't actually going to come up much, because he's opted to take so much melee, which I think was the right way to go. I don't think trying to outshoot Tau would have been the play here. But yeah, this is the situation where you would take Ryza. It's just that RayJay has opted to go for a Metallica roster, and he made sure to bring the necessary tools if he did want to go melee.
Yeah, I think he made the correct decision too. And he still does have some assault weapons, so like he'll get some benefit out of it. With that plasma caliber, and then the radium carbines, I think they are also assault weapons too, if I'm not mistaken.
They're assault 3,
Yeah.
only strength 3, but still, I mean, it's something.
Yeah,
I believe damage
you
2.
can put that into a Pathfinder.
Yeah, the radium carbine can hit damage 2, so that'll be super interesting.
Yeah. That's on like
If he gets that.
a wound roll of 6. It does 2
Yeah,
damage. Yeah, that's
yeah.
pretty crazy.
Oh no.
Yeah. The thing about TTS sometimes is just how hard it is to pack all these models into a small space together without them interfering with each other's hitboxes. But
You know, I do want to talk for a moment about Lues, the player on the other side of the table here. He has consistently been one of the best players on TTS since this kind of whole era has started, and he's really made his name for himself as a Drakari player.
yeah,
And yet here we are, right at Zenith, almost. He's fighting for his life to get into Zenith, and he is finally broken away from the Drakari. He's never been a meta chaser. He's never switched to whatever the strongest thing was. He's stuck with his Drakari all season, and now he's switching to Tau. What do you think about that?
I think I mean, from a competitive standpoint, I think it's a good call. Drakari are good, but I think Tau kind of like recently have just been shown to have an edge. Um, they're definitely, I don't know if they're underrated. I think they're just vilified by a lot of the community for the way that their savior protocols with the drones interact, and also the points cost of the shield drones, all being 7 points apiece for uh, God knows why. So,
Yeah.
but I mean, hey, you're in a tournament, you're here to win. I don't blame him for taking Tau.
Oh, of course, yeah. For what it's worth, I was speaking to Lues well before WWO, and he brought up to me that he was interested in playing Tau.
Hmm.
So I don't think he's meta chasing for what it's worth. I think he is legitimately. He already had his eye on them, and he said he didn't want to play them at WWO because he didn't feel practiced enough with them. He was kind of taking a hiatus right
Yeah.
before that tourney. So he brought his Drakari. I mean, he made top 8, so props to him.
Yeah.
Um, I think he's one of the only players in the entire. He didn't play in TIL, to my knowledge, but all 3 of the other tournaments he played in, the Command Point Invitational, Bats, and WWO, he placed top 8 in all 3 of them. So I don't know if any other player made top 8 at every single one of their tournaments. I believe Micromancer might be the only one.
Yeah, maybe.
So
Chat thinks that the radium carbine does 3 damage on a 6, not
that
2.
may,
Is that correct?
yeah, that may be the case actually.
Either way, it's good.
Yeah, either way, it's going to be tough for the shield drone feel no pains.
Yeah. I mean, you're hoping for a 6, but
Hey, it's something.
yeah. Grav inhib drone going down. Deploying with Tau, I feel like is it's a lot easier than for other teams, right? Just because well over half your kill team can just fly. And
Yeah,
even though
you definitely have
arenas,
to.
yeah, even though arena is a 2-dimensional board, the fly keyword is huge. Not in terms of verticality, but just like flat mobility. It really lets you just spread out. In some cases, absolutely ignore your opponent's models. And a secondary like scout the field, which Lues opted for, is a great option for them because of how fast these guys are.
For sure, yeah. So if RayJay has scout the field, I'm looking at that now. I don't know what his plan is to get. He's probably not going to get it turn 1.
No, not with these corner deployments.
And if I had to guess, it's going to be he'll have his plasma caliber kind of posted up here, like looking down an alley,
Yeah,
scoring it for him, and then he'll probably have this leader making his way down
into the far corner down there. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so they've deployed both their kill teams. A lot of bodies in this matchup. Just waiting on them to roll off for deployment here.
What am I counting 16 or 17 on the Tau side? Like 16 bodies? Wow.
Yeah, that's insane. Yeah, when those drones are 7 points apiece, it's kind of nutty.
Oh, it looks like a vet move from RayJay.
Ooh.
And he's advancing. Maybe he's not
Maybe
advancing.
maybe not. Maybe he's remembering. Okay.
Oh, this is the RayJay special here.
The RayJay special?
He'll always copy and paste his models 50 times. He hasn't used the Wrangler yet.
Oh, okay. So he's just like moving all the way around to try to get this door open with a veteran move? And then very interesting.
They definitely have the
How do you
movement
feel
for it.
about this, Shane? This is definitely not a an orthodox use of the veteran move.
No, it's not. I mean, okay, I guess that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna pop that door open and then probably use that model to either open this door now or have somebody else open it and then swing this guy down this hallway.
Yeah, he's definitely doing that just so all his electro priests are just able to get down that hall and then to allow the leader probably a chance to just get closer to the corner over there. Pick up scout.
Yeah. Yeah, super bizarre vet move. I don't know what the play was there. I think they're going to roll for initiative now.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, all these guys have the cord claw from the looks of it. Both of his rust stalkers. Oh, and it looks like there's a roll of a 6 being made for RayJay. I don't know what.
Yeah, Chet.
Oh,
These
he's
are. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, the canicles. Oh, Ray, you remembered the canicles of the Omnissiah. We're so proud of you. Um,
I don't think. Oh yeah. He chose reroll hit rolls of 1 in the shooting phase. I don't know if that was a roll for it or because like they haven't started the round, so he
right.
definitely didn't have to roll if he forgot. It was too early to forget.
Yeah, Chet. We are using well, I guess we're using the old ultra close confines rules. We have not. We decided before the Zenith tournament started that we were going to just use the same rules that we have been using all of this Elo season for Arena, basically. Um, but then we will be updating packets, or I guess the Zenith packet for to include those new Pariah Nexus rules as we see fit after Zenith 2021.
Yeah. Yeah, the Zenith was basically announced and released as an arena tournament before the new ultra close confines rules came out, and it was balanced around the old ultra close confines rules. So to include the new ones would have been kind of a mess.
Yeah, just throw a wrench in everyone's list building.
What an interesting. So RayJay, he's thinking about moving this Sicarian all the way down here and to start threatening this objective right here. I mean, it would allow him to keep his leader right along this wall.
Yeah, that'll definitely
And
make picking up scout a lot easier this first turn.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. So he doesn't have to tuck a guy into this corner. He could just keep his scout here and then threaten an objective over here on the bottom side. I mean, maybe that's not what he's doing. I don't know. Oh no, he's not doing that. He's just moving there. That is an 8 on an advance. Definitely didn't need to advance that guy. Not that it matters, because Metallica.
Yep.
Here comes one of those first Fulgurites. Probably Door Duty, if I'd guess.
Yeah, they look like doormen, to be honest.
A little bit, yeah. He wants to measure and see if he can open this door while giving himself room, basically.
I keep forgetting that these models have like chin strap beards, and it just completely throws me off. I actually don't even know if that's a beard. No, it looks like a piece of metal, but from a distance, it looks like they have straight up chin strap beards.
I always thought it was a chin strap, for what it's worth.
It's funnier when it's a chin strap beard.
Absolutely. Ooh, big advance there.
I just know there's someone in chat going, "What's wrong with chin strap beard?"
Oh my god,
This
the
is
copy paste.
oh my god. I mean, whatever works, right? Just gotta make sure that you pull out all the ones that you didn't have on the table in the first place.
And for anybody knowing or wondering, Ray knows that you can grab and measure as you're moving them. I just don't. He loves to do this for some reason. Yeah, he's got to be a little careful with that model. Yeah, he's moving it back right now. In that previous spot, it would have been pretty easy for a one of these railguns to get a shot off. It looks like he's still in a spot where the railgun would be able to get a shot off. There we go. Yeah, he's thinking about that. All right, next Fall Gray, moving up.
So he's gonna have everything in this bottom corner. Head over onto this objective and probably just line up shots on the center hallway here.
Yeah, probably.
So what is the special rule for the Fulgurites? It's like whenever they kill a model, they get like a 3-up invuln save or something, right? Or
Yeah,
is
they have a
that
base. They have a base 5-up invuln, and when they kill a model in close combat, which is the only way they can kill a model, well, actually that's not true. It's not the only way. But when they kill a model in melee, with a melee attack, they gain a 3-up invuln. But they also have the forget what the ability is called right now. But when they charge a model, they get to roll a d6, and on a 6, the model takes a mortal wound.
That's right. I forget what it's called too, but it's a crazy ability.
Okay, so we have that Omni specs setting up over there. Oh, and I'm surprised he's advancing with the infiltrator. Just so now he won't be able to get those flechette blaster shots off.
Voltergeist Field is the name of the ability.
Yes, that's what it is.
All right, so a 1-inch advance for that infiltrator princeps.
Well, fortunately, I think it's going to be tough for the sake of Ray. It will be difficult for Lues to set up shots over here without also getting shot by the plasma caliber.
Right.
Not that Tau wouldn't happily take a firefight, considering they could just save your protocols.
Yep.
So looks like RayJay's movement is all finished, and it is it's Tau time. On one hand, this is going to be a tough board to get around that grav inhib drone, but on the other hand, if you're going to play against Tau, this isn't the worst board for it because there's only 4 objectives. They can't hold that
Right.
third so easily and kind of block you off from scoring. And if they do want to hold 2 and more while preventing you from holding 2, then they have to engage you somehow. And that's something that could play into Ray's favor potentially. I do like the proximity alert from Lues here because he knows he's going to have to get in with those drones, and if you're in with those drones, you don't expect to kill with them, so you might as well be scoring for not killing.
Yeah. Very true.
So it looks like a 5-inch advance from the shield drone, or a 1-inch advance, so 9 total.
Were you surprised by the fact that neither of our players today took domination?
I mean, I guess I would have expected domination out of Lues, if anybody.
Right.
The Tau here, I think they can certainly do it. Yeah, I guess that probably would have been easier than what was it, bounty hunters that he took.
He has taken, bounty hunters, proximity alert, and scout the field.
Yeah, I like Scout the Field and Proximity Alert. Bounty Hunters isn't bad necessarily. It's just I think Domination might have been easier for him with all these drones. Kind of make
Yeah.
up for the fact that you don't have a third objective in the middle to score, right?
Right. Engage on all fronts on this map. I think it was a good decision for him to not go with it, despite how mobile this faction is. Uh, just because everywhere that you would want to go, there's either going to be a high concentration of raised models, or there is going to be a door in your way, and drones cannot open doors. They can only
Yeah,
somehow manage to hold them shut. Um, okay, don't know why.
yeah, makes no sense.
And then so yeah, I think that was a good choice not to go with engage on all fronts.
So yeah, I don't think there's going to be any shooting at all for this first round. I think both players are playing to avoid it.
Yeah.
Maybe if a gun drone or something gets like a miracle advance, it could threaten over here, but To be honest, I'm not even. Yeah, that would take a lot. I don't even know if that's possible. Oh, a 6-inch advance. So this is the Pathfinder gunner over here, advancing, and he will not be able to set up shots, so he's just gonna head over here.
Be a doorman next round.
Alternatively, he could be a doorman this round if he
Yeah, with
loses
the
his recon sweep.
Oh, he's measuring for it, so yeah, Lues has got 2 CP bank. It's not like he's going to spend it on anything else this round, so we'll probably see that tactic played there.
Yeah, I mean, that is a really strong tactic. I mean, there actually is a outside chance that Lues could set up a shot onto that infiltrator from this railgun.
Oh, that would be a play.
I don't know if he'd actually have LOS through the barrels and everything, but
Yeah,
he
because
definitely has
it's
LOS from base to base.
yeah, I'm not sure if he would because of the barrels.
And it would only be one shot long range obscured, so yeah, I don't know why Ray, I mean, opted to put this guy in cover. I mean, I guess with a recon sweep, this model could have been threatened, but I mean, just put him down here, got the field, right?
Yeah, missed opportunity.
I mean,
Cuz like
next turn, no one else is going to be able to open this door other than him, so he
yeah,
can't charge next turn. So he's going to be dead in the water for a bit.
and now because he hasn't scored it this turn, that means he'll have to keep designating 2 to 3 models every turn for the rest of the game to try to score scout for him.
Yeah. Yeah, this would have been a free turn to get it.
It's the recon drone moving up for potentially some shots.
Oh, looks like there will be a few shots here, for sure. Maybe. He wants to make sure that for some reason that model won't move. Yeah, oh, there's been a disconnect.
Oh, all right, we'll be back in a few seconds.
So on this note, I am going to be right back if you just want to hold down.
Yeah, right.
I'll be right back.
All right. Stream will be getting back into the game shortly. Sorry for the technical difficulties. All right, so we are back. And that recon drone will have line of sight, at least on this infiltrator Princeps. So those will be some free shots for Lues here. Setting up some shield drones to hold this door closed, probably, or at least attempt to, and then just like block it in case Ray wants to get this Ruststalker Princeps in this room. Same sort of thing going on with this shield drone down here, just blocking this hallway, corralling the Electro Precinct. And then Shane should be back momentarily.
Okay, okay. Same password, Ryan?
That's right.
Okay. Weird password.
Right?
That's a very Ray password. Okay. So he is actually setting up shots of that recon drone then.
Yep. Now the Flechette Blaster is a pistol weapon, is that correct? Or is it an assault weapon? I forget.
It is a pistol.
Okay,
Pistol
so
5.
yeah, so it'll be 3 shots for the recon drone basically here.
Okay, so here is, okay, looks like the grab and hip drone is moving over to this bottom side, which makes more sense. It's a lot more melee heavy over here with the fulgurates stacking
Yep.
up. That is a whole lot of shield drones.
So many.
So many. A lot of drones that are literally just tasked with standing there.
Yep. Just blocking the hallway here, blocking the door here, holding this point, and then even more shield drones being funneled this way, no doubt for the same reason.
So I see that shield right there. It looks like it actually is out of LOS of the gunners, which I still don't get why Ray advanced this infiltrator. He could have just moved it, in my opinion.
Yeah. Because once you advance with that model, you're not going to be able to shoot with it anyway. And
Yeah.
all he's doing is standing on that point and scoring you or helping you score scout, which, as a matter of fact, you're not even going to be scoring this turn.
Yeah,
So
because he didn't move this Ruststalker down. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he couldn't
maybe
have gotten onto that objective without it. I don't know.
probably just thinking, trying to get it as close as he can for a turn 2 charge, you know? It does have 2 wounds, so, you know, eating 4 strength 5 shots that are going to be hitting on 6s anyway isn't the worst thing here.
Yeah.
Lots of pings coming from RayJay. Not sure what they're entailing.
I think we might be ready to head into the shooting phase now. Yep. Lues did use recon sweep right there. He didn't even bother rolling for it because the minimum you're getting is 2.
Yep.
So now let's see. Does that rail? I don't think that rail can see.
I'm not sure if he
Oh,
does
you know what?
either. Let's take a look.
No, I don't. I don't think he can see the
Especially
infiltrator at
now
all.
with the recon drone in the way, right?
Yeah, the recon drone and the
It's
barrels are
so
all
big.
blocking.
All right, so 4 shots, presumably from the recon drone. This is into the
No
Princeps
hits.
infiltrator.
Bunch of whiffs here. I think that's all the shooting though. So for what it's worth, Lues also will not get scout the field this round.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, neither player scoring that secondary right now.
All right.
He just may not have had the advance to get up to that corner. He's trying to see if he has those shots. I don't think he does.
No, there's no way.
He might have
See,
the pistol barrel.
if you put the wall back up, then it would definitely show that you do not have a shot here. Oh, I may be eating my words. No, he doesn't have a shot. There's a shield drone, barrels here, a recon drone, and then another Pathfinder gunner, and then the wall here. Well, the wall here is kind of inconsequential, but yeah, there's no way he is line of sight on that Princeps.
I guess he's taking the shot.
All right, well, good thing he missed because he didn't have the shot anyway. At least from my vantage point, the players may be seeing something that we're not, so it's important to give these guys the benefit of the doubt.
For sure, yeah. Now, I don't think there's any other shots. I'm looking for gun drones. I see one of them's here. The other one is
Kind of trapped back here in this hallway.
Yeah, so okay, looks like they're both scoring hold 2. No secondaries being scored or revealed right now for them. So it looks like we're going in round 2. Oh, I think Ray is figuring out his canonical before they roll initiative, and he's going for it's like Chant the Remorseless Fest, so re-rolling hit rolls of 1 in the fight phase. Interesting.
That's the good play. He's looking to get some
Oh,
charges.
wait a minute.
Ooh, did he change it?
He's changing it up to Shroud Psalm. Maybe he's expecting a little bit less combat now than later, which is certainly a possibility. RayJay is going to win initiative. I don't know how much he wanted that, to be honest.
Let's see what he's got here. Well, his Fulgurite at the very front of the train of Fulgurites, I guess here, is a Zealot spec, so that'll be good for him. Even though he's charging a shield drone, it's something. That +1 strength, +1 attack does add up. And then he will get opportunities to charge with like the Infiltrator Princeps down here. The thing is, though, it doesn't none of that really matters in terms of hindering Lues mobility because, like we've been saying this whole time, drones they just fly everywhere they want. So,
well, there is a decisive move happening here.
Okay.
So it looks like Lues won it.
Yeah. So
honestly, I don't think I would have contested that if I was RayJay personally, but he opted to. Lost it, so he's not going to get anything for that CP.
Let's go ahead and take it and revisit Ray's secondaries. So scout the field, bounty hunter, and cut apart. So nothing really about that is going to hinder his ability to score secondaries. like except maybe scout the field, but even then, like in this instance, from this board state, it won't. So not the worst thing that could have happened. Yeah, I think Ray should have held on to that CP and just allowed Lues to move a model.
Ooh, it looks like the shield drone might be charging, which I actually think could work out for RayJay, weirdly enough, because it allows him to get his melee stuff with these two guys while still being in a position to scout the field. They can
Right.
basically just stand there, get everything they need.
Yeah,
I don't
very
think
true.
I don't think Ray's ever expecting to take away hold 2 from the Tau.
No,
There's
and
just far
you
too
can
many.
on this. You can on Arena with this many drones.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think all three of these guys are being charged by the shield drone.
Yeah, and I think only the Princeps can see,
Yeah. I
which
mean, Ray
Ray's gonna
can
get
spend one
pissed off.
CP here to Overwatch with a Plasmic Calver, but is it really worth it? Probably not.
I'll do the honors of getting these tokens off the board because they are confusing and annoying.
Yep. Another one over here.
A lot of thought going into this decision right now. One thing about Tau that is nice is you never have to worry about. Okay, well apparently there is no Overwatch. Maybe he didn't declare the infiltrator.
Yeah.
Huh.
I hope that's the case, and Ray isn't thinking, oh, I have to, like in big 40k, we have to spend
Yeah.
a CP to Overwatch with just a single model, but. Or not a single model, excuse me, a single unit.
Yeah. What I was gonna say was one thing about the Admech that, or I guess sorry, the Tau that is nice in a lot of matchups is that you don't have to worry about banking CP ever for a decisive strike, just because if they charge you, you're almost guaranteed to get a swing back.
Right.
It looks like, ooh, I think Lues actually left space here so that this Ruststalker would be in combat with the shield drone.
I guess we'll be coming back to that later, because now we're having the Electro Priest Zealot Specialist charge into that shield drone there.
Yeah, and it's gonna be okay. So it's gonna fall back. This is and it's gonna
Ooh,
take the
okay.
grav inhib. It's taking the grav inhib deficit as well. This is gonna be a really hard charge. It might look like it's only 7 or 8 inches, but this is a very difficult charge now.
So how does the grav inhibitors support subroutine work? Or I
If
guess not
it's within
support subroutine, but
if it's within 12 inches of an enemy model that's charging, the enemy model takes a minus D3 on their charge roll, which is, in my opinion, it's way too much for kill team. It is just way too much of a deficit for any melee model to take. Even guys that are re-rolling charges are like seriously struggling to get in against this guy. If he's just around, which he usually is. Um, and the variance too, like if it was just like a flat -1, that would be one thing. But the fact that it could be -3 is like, oh man, it's really tough to deal with.
yeah.
Oh, what is he doing here? Ray is
It's
rolling
spending a
optimal
CP.
conditions. Oh, he's adding 1 to charge rolls. I've never seen that tactic before.
What tactic is that? Is it an Admech tactic?
Yes, yes.
It's like Dune Strider or something, right? Oh, optimal
Yeah,
conditions. That's literally the name of it.
yeah.
Wow,
So
yeah,
it's
I've never
-1
seen
+1.
that.
So that's a 7-inch charge. I think he needs an 8 though.
Uh,
That's 5. Oh, maybe not. Oh no, he's
so 2.6 to get to the barrels.
and then 5 to get here. So that would be a, oh, I guess he's
Rerolling.
Um,
That's not it.
it's definitely. I feel like a 7 might have done it. 2.5. Then a 5. That's 7.5 right there. That. Oh yeah. So he needed an 8. Sorry, he had a 7. So 7, he would have been like 0.5 out roughly. So Ray is down to 0 CP. Ooh, and he's opted to move the model there too. So yeah, I mean, again, with that, without the grav inhib deficit, that would have been a successful charge.
Yeah.
That's just it's a really tough situation there. I think it's one of the models in Kill Team that has been looked at the least that I think is the most powerful. It just totally shuts down teams that can't reroll charges, because a lot of the time you're like kind of desperately looking for things that might counter this like shield drone spam Tau, and you need you need a high volume of strength 5 attacks, preferably multi-damage, and it needs to be on models that are getting bonuses to their charges.
Yeah, so something like I don't know. Renegade Chapter, Heretic Astartes, Born Berserkers.
Even that, it's still tough because they're rerolling their charges, but they're not plus on any of their charges. And the attacks that they do get are strength or their damage 1. So it's like you can get a couple wounds through, but it still might not be enough to get through the feel no pain. On top of the 4-up invuln, and I've seen that Corn Berserker spam totally whiff against shield drones. So
All right, so now we're seeing the Rust Stalker up here. Move up to that door, and he doesn't have to make a charge here.
Yeah, no, he just needs this 5-up to work. Yeah, though, I mean, even in that situation, it's like to go back to the Heretic Astartes versus Tau situation. It's there's still, you're only going to have like 6 or so berserkers, and each berserker has like okay chances of killing one drone. Maybe they could still whiff. Like it doesn't take much like variance for them to whiff, and they're outnumbered 3-1 by the shield drones most of the time. Not 3-1, like 2-1, and then there's other drones. So it is like you end up realizing like what is actually optimal to kill these things, and there really is nothing. Like there's nothing that has the ability to actually take these guys out on a consistent basis.
Yep.
Just because of how many of them there are. So is RayJay going to is he not going to try and open that door? I don't understand.
I guess not.
I have no idea why he wouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, he's like, what does he have to be afraid of when he does that, right? Being charged by like 13 other shield drones.
And the worst thing that could possibly happen is a railgun walks up and closes the door, and then he's safe.
Yeah, true.
Okay, so here comes the infiltrator charging that shield drone right there.
I think he's just playing too conservative and trying to score that scout the field, but he can do that and still be in combat with that drone.
Yeah. Okay, so Rust Stalker there, he's just kind of ganging up on this one drone here.
Yeah, and that's smart, right? It protects all of his models from that Tau shooting. He's got 4 bodies on this objective, so moving back his comm specialist there just to for scout.
Yeah, Ryan. Did you know that in 40K, shield drones are 15 points?
No, I didn't, but that sounds like an appropriate points cost that I would like to see ported over to Kill Team in a FAQ coming out hopefully sometime within this month
I
after
would not hold my
the
breath.
Pariah Nexus drop. But yeah, I'm just saying I would like to see it.
But yeah, I mean, think about that. The
Shane,
actual
he needs to measure to the
yeah.
board edge for a scout, right?
Oh yes, he does.
All right, I gotta get. He just messaged me.
Asking a rules question here.
Yep, so that's important. On the Zenith packet, you need to be within an inch of the actual physical board edge and not the walls in order to score scout the field. Yeah, so now RayJay will most likely be able to scout the field. It's also kind of difficult to measure with these walls now.
Yeah. It is kind of funny to think about the cost of a custodian guard compared to the cost of a shield drone, whereas like a shield drone is less than half of its cost in 40K in Kill Team.
Yep.
Like it's less than half of it. And a custodian guard is even closer to like its point cost, like relatively speaking, than a shield drone is. And like they bumped the cost of shield drone or of custodian guards down so that they would even work in Kill Team.
Yeah. If
Like
they're not gonna change the points cost, I think another alternative would be to have like a max limit of what type of drone you can bring. Similar
yeah,
to what we have with the recon drone, right? You can only bring recon drone maybe like a max of 4 shield drones, a max of 4 gun drones. Because seeing this, you don't see, we haven't seen Tau a lot until recently, this past year in our tabletop simulator tournaments. But you know, when Amazon Prime drones pull up in force like they do here, some teams just straight up cannot compete.
yeah. And by some teams you mean just about any team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have not yet found the secret sauce to be Tau. For those of you watching, Tau is the kind of the
They're the reigning champs right now, right?
they're the scary they're the scary team right now
Yeah.
for competitive play. So every tournament it feels like there's a new one. So
Yeah, Biernid has he won our last tabletop simulator tournament, the Worldwide Open, running a variation of Tau drone spam essentially. And then in the I guess the Zenith Blitz tournament, there were a lot of Tau players, right? I think there were like 6.
yeah, Tau had a really good win rate in the Blitz, like
Yeah.
72% or like 18 games.
Yeah.
Not a huge sample size, but really good.
Yeah.
Didn't that model just fall back?
Yeah. Yeah, it literally has a fallback token right here. Actually, it retreated.
Oh yeah, retreated, yeah.
Yeah, so it shouldn't be able to move.
It's not like any of the other models are anywhere near that fallback token,
Yeah.
so Okay, so he's moving the other one now.
Yeah, so what he's doing here, so this is kind of interesting. He's just trying to, well, I guess not even like really block the movement,
I'm sure another drone will move up, and
just because all these models have already moved.
yeah, and there's no shooting capabilities on these Fulgurates. So he just walked him up. He didn't even try to go for that one charge, which I guess is, I just don't know why, if you're gonna walk the model up, why give it LOS, right? Because you can't
Right.
shoot, so you're just giving them shots. Yeah, here comes that other shield drone. So he is pretty much playing linebacker here with these shield drones.
Yeah. And you know, if RayJay had just opened the door there, he would have been able to lock that drone down, potentially pick up a free kill for Cut Apart or Bounty Hunters. Those are his two secondaries besides Scout that he's taken. And against Tau shield drones, it's very hard to be picking up those secondaries. So I feel like you gotta get after him when you can. I think that's a missed opportunity there.
Yeah, I mean, for what it's worth, if he did open this door, it probably wouldn't have mattered because one of these guys would have just walked over and closed it. But
And then
still, I mean, you forced them to move, right?
right, because that'll not really open up, but you know, instead of dealing with two shield drones, he could have just have to deal with one shield drone down.
Right, right.
Oh, what's good, Baronet in the chat? Thad, we have not come out with a Zenith faction tier list yet. Shane, we should do that sometime soon.
Soon. It'll be out before. I mean, it'll be out soon. Yeah. We'll put it that way. Okay, so he is really putting a lot of eggs in this, killing these Fulgurates in that basket. Understandable. The thing about the Fulgurates is, I mean, you could see this. I wouldn't be surprised if none of these Fulgurates ended up dying. I mean, the odds are decent that one of them drops, but with the invulns and the feel no pains and the inconsistency of Tau shooting, they could live. I think the real challenge is going to be surviving this coupled with the Overwatch next turn.
Right.
Which I mean, Lues might just charge next turn if he gets initiative, which I don't think RayJay would really mind that. Now, yeah, I'm really curious to see what Lues is going to do with these shield drones over in this hallway. Or I guess not just these shield drones, but these drones in general, because I believe there's a gun drone in there. And he has moved that shield up into that corner, so Lues will be getting scout the field this round for sure. I think. Is he within an inch of that board edge down there? I actually don't know. I don't want to measure it because he's still moving.
Yeah.
But he might not be within an inch there. I mean, he might be out. Oh, that drone has charged. It's joining the fray. You know, the guy with the flechette blaster is not the worst guy to possibly be stuck in combat next turn still, just because he does have.
He's got that 5-shot pistol, right?
Yeah. Strength 3, so it could do nothing against these drones.
Yeah, they're toughness for whatever reason.
Yeah, I do like the way that that RayJay has set up his two Sicarians here, it's making it really difficult for the Tau to get by without willingly entering combat.
Right. Yeah. Like an advance from like all the way down here has potential, but
Takes a lot,
yeah, it takes a lot. So you got to really roll high, even with that fly keyword, to get on this point if you don't want to also be in combat. Turn 3, I think he'll have a much easier go at it, but that all depends on how things like initiative works out and how this upcoming combat goes between these two shield drones and these flechette or these infiltrators, infiltrator rust stalker and vanguard gunner down here goes.
Ooh, really interesting consideration here.
Yeah,
Because the shield drone is within an inch of the Vanguard here, it's
yeah.
actually at a -1 toughness.
Oh, that's very true.
So that's the T3 drone. And if he can kill that drone, oh, I don't think that'll work. Well, I was going to say, if he can kill that drone, say, with this guy, and then pile in over here,
Mm-hmm.
then this guy gets to activate and pile in and lower his.
So you can just have a chain of drones becoming
Yeah.
toughness 3.
Yeah.
That would definitely help out a lot in this combat.
For sure, yeah.
Man, look at this. Gun drone, Pathfinder gunner with rail rifle, another with a rail. All of this shooting is lining up on these poor electro priests here.
Yeah, we'll see how these guys do. Oh, it looks like we're into shooting. So this radium carbine here is going to take some shots at the Pathfinder gunner, who I believe is
I mean,
long range, obscured.
I'm a be honest. Like if he's obscured, he's very obscured. Uh these rust stalkers
Oh, yeah,
here
that's
are they have a very dense line of sight.
yeah. I mean, if they called that one earlier with the railgun, then
Yeah, very
I
true.
wouldn't be surprised if they found an angle here.
Yeah.
I guess he's just going to shoot this shield drone then. So short range, probably obscured,
Oh, for sure.
hitting on 4s, yeah. Couple of hits. And he should slow roll these.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, he's slow rolling. So wounding on 5s, but a 6 is 3 damage.
Oh, it's a
Oh!
6. Wow.
4 up invuln first, though. He doesn't get it.
Wow, that's huge. Okay, so 5 up feel no pains.
Yeah, 3
3
of
of
them.
them.
This is a really good chance to get a kill here in shooting for RayJay, where he
Yeah.
probably wasn't expecting that before.
No.
He's re-rolling the armor save. He gets it. Pretty easy call there, I think.
Yeah.
Other one wounds though, only 1 damage. Doesn't save it, gets the feel no pain. Oh, God, Tau, dude. Tau.
Yep.
How many 7-point models can just eat 2 wounds like that?
Yeah. Well, I guess if you want to put it all together, that was 4 wounds that it just ate.
Yeah, but he didn't get the. He did save it, so I guess. Looks like we're going into some shooting now. I see a wound through. Looks like a save for RayJay. Never mind. That must have been the. Oh no, yeah. Okay, yeah. So no other wounds. RayJay is pinging
Wildly.
all over the place. I don't know why. I think this barrage of fire onto these fall grates is ready to start.
Yeah, really. Starting off with the recon drone, it looks like.
Yeah, they might be figuring out obscurity, of which I think there is obscurity just about all over the place here. Oh, Comms is going into the sniper here. Probably recon is going into the sniper as well. So it'll be 2 shots hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s. Oh, hits, rerolls. Okay, so 1 hit. Wounds on a 2 here. Oh, and he rolls a 1 and there's no reroll left. Wow, that is a whiff for that sniper. Fortunately, he's got about 15 more shots coming in.
Yeah, right.
Still though, you wanted the if anybody's getting those hits through, you want it to be the rail guns rather than the gun drones, which are 1 damage. Okay. Looks like the gun drone is going to fire its first 2 shots, hitting on 6s onto that zealot there. I think. Okay. Rerolling that 1, no hits. Second gun coming up. He's looking for 6s, doesn't get them. Okay, so that's 2 models that have shot. Next rail coming up. This is the demo, of which demo's not going to do anything here. Everything's T3, so actually it will give him an easier chance at Immortal if he wants that. I don't think he would want that because it's only 1 damage. This is just the Tau experience here. It's just slow.
Yeah.
Lots of things to consider. I mean, I don't know what he is considering because honestly, Ray isn't shooting back.
Yeah,
Okay,
he's
so
only
he's
got
shooting with
2
the comms now.
targets.
Comms gets 1 hit, wounds on a 3, does not wound. This is just not working out right now for Lues. Hey, I said this could easily end up in a lot of whiffs, so
Yep.
don't be surprised. Okay, recon drone. Here comes 4 shots. Hitting on 6s. Oh, there it is. 1 wound. RayJay he does get a 5 up. He makes it.
Wow.
Oh
Look at
man.
that.
This is the legend of RayJay. This is plot armor here, guys. Are there any shots left? Did he just go through all of them? No, the demo still has to go, I believe. And
Yeah.
I think
He's still got the move token next to him, so I believe the demo still has shots.
oh, this gun drone over here still gets shots as well. I think that ion rifle, yeah. Okay, well that is a hit. I don't know what it's a hit with, because he didn't ping it. That is a wound. Oh, when he gets the 6 up invuln. Oh my lord. That was the ion, so he needed a 6 to save that. Wow.
Yeah, Chad is saying that this looks bad for Tau, but just wait until this entire Tau gun line gets to fire Overwatch before the greater good next turn, and then we'll see how bad this looks for Tau.
Okay, and that's a whole bunch of whiffs. I think that the demo completely missed. Oh my god. I mean, let's see, because Lues wants to get proximity alert, so he'll want to get in anyway. So I mean, this. No matter how you cut it, that was a bad result.
He's got 2 shield drones already within 2 inches of the Electro Priest here, right? So he'll probably be scoring that no matter what.
Well, yeah, I mean, he'll want to maintain that, though, is what I'm saying.
See.
Into next
I see.
turn.
Right.
I think we're getting into combat now. So Looks like, I don't know who's starting here. One of the infiltrator, or it looks like, I think it's the infiltrator. Well, no, because he only rolled 2 dice. All of these guys have at least 3 attacks. Because this guy is a rust stalker, so he has 3, I believe. Maybe I'm wrong about that.
He might have split his attacks between the Transonic Razor and the Cord Claw.
I think you're right. Yeah, you have to do that actually.
Okay, Plasma Caliber is going to get 1 attack into the shield drone here. Or actually, no, I'm mistaken. The fight goes back. Because that shield drone charged this turn.
Yeah, the shield drone's gonna attack the Vanguard and miss. Now it looks like the Vanguard's gonna swing back.
Kind of inconsequential. Actually, no, that's not inconsequential. The Infiltrator Princeps should be fighting first here.
You're right, yeah.
And that actually does play a huge role. Because if Ray
Here comes
kills...
the Infiltrator.
Yeah.
Let's see how he splits these attacks. He didn't ping it, so that's 3 hits though. He didn't get any of the exploding 6s from the taser goad. Ooh, only 1 wound too. Oh no, 2 wounds, I guess. Oh, he makes them both. Jesus. Yeah, I mean, it looks like RayJay completely whiffed on all of his fighting over here.
Yep. Okay, that shield drone's going to pile in. Or, I guess, consolidate.
Yeah.
And go base to base with at least one of these 2 Infiltrator and Rust Stalker. Okay, so both scores scout the field, it looks like. Lues has a shield drone down in the corner here and multiple models along the wall here. And Ray's got 3 models, 1 on this board edge, his leader on this board edge, and his comm specialist down on this board edge. So still a tie game, 5-5 it looks like. Lues is going to have the CP advantage going into the top of turn 3 of 3-2 command points.
Lues, it's gonna be 6-5. Lues is now revealing proximity alert.
Oh, that's right. And he's got that here as well as down here. So that's important. It's going to be pretty easy for him to keep scoring that. And with Ray being primarily an assault army, or at least forced to rely on his fighting capabilities this game, he doesn't really have a choice but to just keep closing the distance with those models.
So looks like he's now going with Chance of the Remorseless Fist, which I think is a good call.
Great call.
Actually, come to think of it, that Shroud Psalm is the reason this demo whiffed. So that was actually a really good call for RayJay last turn, especially now that this turn he's going to have more melee than he did before.
Yeah,
so
that was a good play by him.
That worked out.
Because even with the Grav Inhib drone, and I'm about to jinx RayJay here, he'll be able to get the majority of these Electro Priests into combat.
Yeah. I really am shocked that they weren't able to kill this shield drone right here. I mean,
I am, but I'm not, just because
and,
it's a shield drone.
I mean, it's T3 though, 7 attacks.
Right.
With the mortal wound capability, it just didn't happen. That's the thing about shield drones. It is only a 4-up invuln, so it should be a coin flip, but it always feels like they make it. Like it feels like they never fail them.
So true.
$60 viewers right now. Thank you all for tuning in, listening to us. We very much appreciate this. I think this is the most views we've ever had on a stream. So
Yeah.
I think switching to YouTube is probably a good call.
Yeah, for sure.
I missed who won initiative.
I'll be honest, I did too.
It looks like it was. Well, they're checking some stuff out. So it could be Lues measuring charges for shield drones, or it could be RayJay checking for the greater good and what the exact amount of stuff he's going to have to eat here. Yeah, there's so many shield drones. I mean, you can complain about the old days of like the Astartes storm shields before Prime Nexus with the 3-up invulns, but that was only like a few guys. This is
Yeah, like at max,
10.
you're looking at like two or three Astartes with storm shields. But yeah, this tower just ridiculous.
This is like 10 guys with 4-up invulns T4 and 5-up field no pains. That's why I say that the thing to beat this is high volume of strength 5 multi-damage attacks, which doesn't really exist in the game. The closest maybe is like orc knobs, but like with death skulls to like make sure you get the wounds through. But man, it's a tough call. Like everybody seems to be missing one of the things. Like a lot of the things with multi-damage don't have a high volume.
Yep.
And if they do have a high volume, it's usually 1 damage. And then on top of that, it needs to be strength 5 just to get the wounds through. And those 3 things are rare together. I think we're seeing Overwatch right now.
Excuse me, 404 Fat Man. Thank you for that. We appreciate that.
Okay, so this gun drone is oh, this is an injury roll here. Flesh wound. So he didn't want to for the greater good with everybody because then he wouldn't be able to do it when this Fulgurite attacks.
Right.
Oh, looks like the next gun drone coming in. No hits, but he gets a reroll here. Still no hits. Oh, I don't know why that. I'm very confused about that. They are moving through their dice rolling so quickly. That is a dead model. Okay, I don't know how exactly all that occurred. Oh, we might have seen baited trap there from Lues.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he is down to 1 CP. Yep, baited trap.
Yeah. So that was baited trap there. I think that was a decisive move from RayJay.
It must have been because he's down to 1 CP.
So yeah, I think he's declaring the same charge now, and now Lues has to for the greater good with his other models that didn't do it before.
Oh my gosh, those 2 1s into 2 5s. To say is
Okay.
so clutch.
Well, that wasn't a hit because he needed 6s, but yeah. RayJay gets in with this guy, and now he has another charge coming up that basically none of these guys will be able to react to. So I mean, this is a pretty big deal if one of these Fulgurates gets a kill, because then they get that 3-up invul, and then suddenly it's really hard for Tau to deal with them unless they're getting mortals through with rails. Oh no.
That is not good for Ray. He's got to CP this, right?
I believe he has the CP to do it.
Yeah, he's got 1 CP. He can tack reroll that charge.
Well, I don't know if he's already tack rerolled this round, is what I'm saying. He might have
Oh.
tack rerolled an armor save. Yeah, it looks like he did. That is outrageous. See, like that was he needed a 3, I think.
And then he rolled 2, but then if he rolled a 3, the grav inhib probably would have knocked
Yeah,
that,
even if he
right?
yeah, so he would have failed a 3-inch charge if he got a 3 because of that grav inhib drone. That's outrageous. So he actually only moved 1 inch there on his Snake Eyes charge.
Jeez.
I don't know why he'd move the model forward. He was out of LOS.
Yeah.
I would just keep him where he was.
Yeah. Like, what is 1 inch gonna get you in the grand scheme of things?
It's going to get him shot.
Yes.
That's what it's going to get him. It was actually a bad thing to do it. A lot of stuff over here. The problem now is, I think what RayJay needs to do is he needs to charge this comm spec into the drones over here to keep them locked up, so that way his 2 Sicarians can keep fighting, and then
Yeah.
move this plasma where the comms was. Because
Yeah.
otherwise, these drones are just going to fall back, and these guys are going to get blasted.
Right. And the comm specialist is also a vanguard, so the shield drones will be getting will be at -1 toughness, or at -1 toughness, I should say.
Yeah, actually, come to think of it, it actually could be a good thing for only one of these models to be in combat over here, because even 2 of them probably aren't going to kill both drones, but one of them might kill one of the drones, and then next turn when it's still locked up, they aren't both stuck doing nothing. So the other one can like counter charge or cycle charge, I guess. Which would be better if this guy was hidden, but he's opted to move him forward. Yeah, come to think of it, I'm looking at the ruling on the Gravenhib drone. It seems like that D3 should just be determined at the start of the movement phase, and it should last the whole way through. Rules is written.
Oh, that's interesting.
Enemy models beginning a charge move within 12 of any Gravenhib drones reduce their charge distance by D3. That to me reads like it would be a flat, like it is determined by 1 D3, and it and it would apply to any models within 12 inches.
That's how it's
Which would
written
be,
verbatim.
Yeah, the way I just read it out.
If it's if that's not like FAQ'd, or excuse me, not FAQ'd, I guess I should say like in the kill team commentary already. Something to look into.
Yeah, and I mean that allows for some counterplay, right? If it's decided at the beginning of the movement phase that you know before making the charge that your charge distance will be reduced by set amount.
Yeah.
Then you can kind of play around that rather than just this random
Just having
factor
yeah,
every
right.
time you charge. That might be a healthier ruling, and it might even be rules as written, honestly, looking at it. Again, this is something that we haven't seen much in competitive play until very recently. So
Yep.
it's not something that's been too heavily considered. And yeah, here we go. Everybody's just readying up over here because RayJay brought this Fulgurite out. I just cannot for the life of me understand why. Yeah, he's moving that shield run up within 2 inches just in case one of these two die. So the only way for this to be prevented now is for RayJay to kill both. Oh, and then even if he does now, there's another guy within 2. So yeah, proximity alert has been guaranteed now. Oh my god, and RayJay didn't do that cycle charge up here that I was talking about, so he could just fall back with those drones.
Yep. He
Oh, that's
readied
not
up
good.
the Vanguard comms. Oh man.
Okay. For everybody watching right now, tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so like 50 minutes ago tomorrow, we will be doing another stream for the USA versus Spain exhibition that's going on this month. And it's going to be a double stream, basically, of 2 back-to-back games of Paul Martisich, the American player running his Necrons, playing against the Spanish Tyranid player Carlos Paz. And then right after that game will be Bearded 40K and his Tau representing the US up against Lucas Carone and his Orcs. So tune in for that if you're watching now. Mark it down.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Set aside a few hours to watch those games with us. Now Lues is considering whether or not he wants to just fall back with these drones, which I think is the way to go.
For sure. I mean, all he'll have to worry about is the Infiltrator Princeps Flechette Blaster shooting, but to be fair, it's going to be able to get shots in anyway, because it was not charged, well, yet, I guess.
I don't think it's going to be charged, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, right now, if he... Oh, I don't know if there's a place, though, where he can get that shield drone on the point, but outside of an inch. So he might have to keep him in or go off
Yeah.
the point. He could take him off the point, and then if Lues manages to kill 2 of the 3 on the point, then RayJay no longer holds that objective. Don't know what the point of measuring this is because he's definitely going to be within an inch of the Vanguard. Oh, he might be checking for another charge here. I thought he was checking to see this guy doing a fallback. He is doing that charge, so he's kind of committing to this melee over here. Ooh, yeah, he gets in. So, and he's keeping the Rust Stalker out of combat. I think. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw this shield drone fall back. Man, it is just crazy how many attacks went into that drone last turn and basically led to nothing.
Yeah.
Ultimately, I mean, 7-point models should not be that hard to kill, and that was a weakened version of a drone too. That was a T3 drone because of the rad saturation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy's not going to be able to go on that point.
Yeah, so Ray will still be holding it. If he's able to get even a single kill here in melee, it'll still be a close game.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, it's going to be hard for at least this turn for Lues to pick up any bounties right now. I wouldn't
Yeah,
expect.
the
I mean,
one bounty
maybe
that's
they.
down is underneath ooh, actually, if this
Well, I
shield
mean,
drone survives, you know, it
but
depends on
the
how that
Fulgurite.
combat shakes
Well,
out.
the Fulgurite charge, so he should be able to base them and prevent any pile-ins from happening.
Yeah.
If RayJay remembers to do that. So
Yeah, exactly.
Lues should not get any bounties this turn. It is preventable. And right now, I mean, like he could kill this guy, but then that's another bounty he'd have to wait until next turn to get.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're in the shooting phase now, and that guy is going to shoot at the Pathfinder gunner over here. Easier to wound him. It will get Saver protocoled off onto that gun drone if wounds get through, but that is 2 hits. He has to slow roll these. So the first one, wounding on a 4, I believe. I think it's strength 3. Oh, and that's the 3 damage. Not that it matters because it's going to get Saver protocoled anyway, but he gets a 5-up t-shirt save, basically. Doesn't get it. He'll Saver protocol that onto the drone for a 1 damage mortal. Such a... Oh, and he's got 2 drones. So
Yeah.
he can... Ooh, he's thinking about putting it onto the grab and hip drone. And that's a flesh wound. Yeah, onto the grab and hip. The other one fails to wound. And that is all the shooting for RayJay. That's a gun drone there. So he wanted that gun drone to be able to shoot in case it got killed off in a moment. So yeah, that gun drone is gonna fire back at the Vanguard comms. A couple of ones re-rolling, no hits there. Next gun, no hits. That flesh wound from Saber Protocols is the first wound that's actually gone through for RayJay.
Yep.
Ugh. Now here comes the wave of shots onto this Fulgrite, who absolutely did not need to move out around that corner.
Yeah, if anybody in chat remembers the final scene from Last Samurai, that's what I expect to happen here.
Okay, so gun drone whiffs the first gun, hits once on the second gun, wounds on that second gun. RayJay gets the 5-up invuln though, so still standing for now, but he's got to take a lot more shots. I believe the sniper. Well, the sniper's readied, so. Oh, it looks like he's going with the recon first, who gets a hit and a reroll. Only one hit though. This will wound on a 3, which he gets. So 5-up invuln for RayJay. He gets it.
Thank you, Warhammer man. We appreciate it.
I think that's the sniper, who I believe just got. Oh yeah, that's the demo. So he actually got a mortal through. So he needs to first determine how many mortal. Well, was it D3?
Yeah, it's D3
mortals?
damage.
Oh, he saves it.
Amazing.
Oh.
So that was the mortal that
one.
he blocked, and now it's just 1 damage that he needs to save here.
Yeah, well, he would first get an invuln. So he doesn't get the invuln. I'm really not sure what happened there. Either way, it looks like a flesh wound, I guess.
Guess so.
Unless they resolved the regular wound first, which they should not have. He should have gotten an extra save there. Oh,
Not looking good for our big blue boy.
oh boy, that's 3 5-up feel no pains. Unlikely here. Yeah, it doesn't even get a 1. This is definitely a dead Fulgrite right here. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. There's absolutely no reason whatsoever on any planet that guy needs to move that 1 inch after the charge. 0 reason. He's just feeding him a kill. Yeah, that was a massive blunder from RayJay. Because that guy was in a position where he would not
Literally
like.
could
I don't
not
even.
have been shot.
Yeah. There was no angle that Lues could have gotten to shoot him.
Yeah, Ray really needs to remember to go base to base with the Electro Priest that he has in combat already, with those 2 shield drones.
Yeah.
Otherwise, a single one of them is able to pick up both bounty tokens.
Well, yeah, not. Yeah, I guess he could with the first pylon and then the consolidate.
Yeah.
Now the shooting over here gets to be resolved. So he's oh, he's overcharging the ion rifle. So it's D3 shots. He's -1 to hit because that is a heavy profile, and it's obscured. So I think he's hitting on 6s here. And it can overcharge and kill him. So I mean, this is, yeah, that's no hits. It doesn't wound either way. I don't think that should have been a hit. You might be forgetting that that's a heavy gun and that this is not a heavy specialist. Because it's weird because the non-overcharged profile is rapid fire, but the overcharged profile becomes a heavy D3. And I think that's all the shots. We might be going into fight phase now.
Yeah, looks like it.
Oh, maybe this gun drone can still shoot?
Yeah, there are 2 gun drones. I thought they had both fought already, though, because their tokens had been removed.
Yeah, I thought they shot too. Okay, looks like we're going into the fight phase now. So I think RayJay is.
Ray. Don't roll those dice yet. Oh, yep. There
Well, I mean,
he
he can still consolidate if gets 1 hit. This will wound on a 3, 6 doing immortal. That's a wound, but it's just a 4-up, and he's got an armor save here. And he gets it. That's what I'm talking about. They never fail their 4-ups. I'm sure there will be somebody in chat saying, I failed a 4-up once. But these guys for 7 points.
But did a single failed 4-up shield drone save cost you the game? No.
Okay, so here comes the infiltrator. Gets 3 hits again. Still has not gotten that taser goad explosion. That's 3 wounds because of the toughness 3 from the Vanguard. Fails 1 save, and now he just gets to re-roll it, which he will. Yep, he does. Doesn't get it, but now he gets a 5-up feel no pain, which he gets. These models are so stupid, dude. Oh my god. So many attacks dumped into shield drones. They do not die. Oh, and yet Ray just didn't base to base them. So
yep, that's what I was worried about. So this is when Lues is going to start pulling away with the lead here.
Yeah, I think at this point the game is out of reach now. Just all these saves. Yeah, here's the concern for shield drones and why people get frustrated with them. 7-point models should not be this hard to kill.
No.
And now the shield drone can base him. Oh, it looks like he's not going to do it. He could have picked up an extra bounty there. The Vanguard fails to wound. So yeah, we're round 3, and not one of the 16 models. Oh, sorry, one of the 16 models on this tile list has taken a flesh wound from Saber Protocols. Yep, so, here's the other bounty.
Yep. Good luck getting that out. Yep, just to leave it. Oh, he did pull it out. Nice.
Yeah, this is pretty much a finished game at this point. So next turn, you're going to see these drones are actually going to be able to start moving on to Ray's point over here. Falling back from the Fall Great, shooting him off the board because he's all that's left. Over here, yeah, these guys are just unable to kill, so like maybe Ray will be able to pick up a few points over here, but yeah. I don't think there's anything left for this round. So we're gonna see still hold 2 from both sides. Ray is gonna pick up his scout the field again. He will not pick up cut apart or bounty.
Yep.
guess it is only a 2-point game right now. I mean,
Yeah.
I think the board's. Oh no, it's a 4-point game. He just gave himself his 2 bounties. I was about to say that it's a lot less close than the score indicates, but I think even still it's a lot less close than the score indicates, even with a 4-point deficit. This is like a very difficult position for the Admech to be in here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep, here's turn 3. He's moving on to that objective. There's nothing Ray can do about this. This Vanguard Sarge is not going to kill the shield drone, in all likelihood.
And then if he does move against it, he's going to be losing scout the field. So
yeah, so he'll be taking at best a. I mean, he could
actually,
slightly
that's
move,
not
stay
true.
within an inch, and maybe. Oh no, he'll.
Okay,
Yeah, that guy.
so now it doesn't matter what happens.
Yep.
I was gonna say he could charge his leader into the shield drone there and bring his Ruststalker Princeps down into the corner over here, but and now with 2 on the point here, it's yeah, that the Ruststalker Princeps spent 1 CP to move him up and open a door, and then he's kind of just been sitting.
Yeah, this guy
Just
has
not
been
really, yeah,
very much misused.
yep. Especially being the Princeps, with that extra attack that he gets. At least I think he gets an extra attack.
He does with
Yeah.
the sergeant. Still, it's 2 attacks basically with his fists. Granted, he does have that rad saturation, so I mean he could hypothetically charge them both and kill them, but I mean these guys have survived about
Literally
3,
everything.
6, 9, like 11 attacks for one guy. I don't think 2 attacks from split from a Vanguard Sarge.
Yeah, odds are low.
Yeah. So I mean, what we're seeing here from the Tau, this is basically the kind of the Bearded style that we saw from WWO, where there's very little kill potential. Really, any kills you get is like a bonus, and it's just shield drones just kind of suffocating, playing aggro, making it so your opponent can't really score.
Yeah. It's not even really that, like, you're not likely to kill anything. It's like you don't need to plan on being able to kill anything in order to still be able to win.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah, kind of
just
like
crazy.
yeah, like any kill is a bonus. Like I said, it's not at all imperative to your win condition. And your opponent's win condition is killing your models that are super undercosted for how durable they are.
Yeah.
It's a rough combination. And I mean, you can look at this game and say, well, maybe if the primary, so we're looking at a primary of hold 1, hold 2, hold more, and then it would say like you were playing a less positional primary, like kill one, this actually wouldn't. Tau would be winning by even more right now.
Yeah.
They'd actually be winning by more because you can't kill these shield drones, and the few kills that these railguns have gotten, it would be giving the Tau 2 more victory points, I believe. So yeah, this is
Yeah.
it's hard to deal
Tower.
with these guys.
Yeah, with their current rule set, they are a very oppressive faction to play against. Um, they're basically a control faction, if that makes sense. The one thing to consider with the new ultra close confines rules, we obviously aren't using them with the Zenith tournament this year. But this list would not work with the new rules from ultra close confines because those rules limit you to a maximum of 14 bodies in your kill team.
Well,
So
I
I
mean, it would
mean,
still
this
be
list would be, yeah,
it'd be very similar.
it'd be the
It'd be
same
3
thing.
less.
It's just you're short 2 bodies, and I mean,
Yeah.
you
I
don't.
mean, you'd have a stealth suit.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it would basically be a horde still. I mean, dropping 2 of these drones really doesn't kill the list at all. You
yeah,
get a little bit more kill potential.
yeah. We've talked about it a little bit, and the rules to ultra close confines, they really buff Tau, and they nerf like every other horde team.
Yeah, yeah,
Tyranids, orcs.
and it seems like the intention was to get rid of hordes, but the changes have only hurt the hordes that were weaker than the best horde. Like the best horde, which is Tau, isn't actually affected by those changes. Inadvertently, they're buffed because one of the only things that you can maybe do to stop Tau is to bring a bigger horde because Tau aren't really going to kill you, and you could just outnumber them. But with the new ultra close confines rules, you can't really do that anymore, and
Yeah,
it's just Tau will always have the same amount or more than you. So you need to try and kill them. And as we've kind of discussed in the earlier rounds of this game, there isn't anything in Kill Team that exists that is efficient at killing shield drones, at least in great numbers. Looks like some dice are being rolled here. I think it's Overwatch. Oh man. Oh, that's a dead model. He actually savior protocoled. Oh, it wasn't Overwatch. It was shooting from the radium carbine. He actually killed a model from savior protocols. It was that Gravenhib who already had a flesh wound.
oh, okay.
So RayJay reveals bounty. He's unlikely to ever make his way to that bounty. Now shooting back. No hits.
Thad, you are right. A combat spec with the up and atom to pile in combo would have helped out Ray a lot here. I don't think he brought a combat specialist.
He didn't. He brought the
Yeah.
Zealot, veteran spec, and a comm spec. Oh, that's a hit from a gun drone. Does not wound though. I mean, that's like honestly, all this with how suffocating this game's been, you have to consider that Lues' shooting hasn't been very good.
Yeah.
He's been missing a lot, probably a little bit more than he should. Ray's been making a lot of 5-up armor saves with those priests over there, and yet it is still the board state is just demolished. There's just nothing he can do. Okay. There's some more whiffs. I think Lues might be considering a reroll. That might be a wound roll. Yeah, he's going to reroll it. Maybe. Oh, I think he opted against re-rolling. Okay, so now this this sergeant needs to hope to God that he can kill both of these guys. They are within 2 inches of each other. It looks like he's just shooting them all at one. Doesn't do anything for him really. Fails to wound on the first one. Oh my God, fails to wound on the second one. And I don't think he, yeah. So he's only holding one. Lues is gonna hold more here. And I guess the Flechette Blaster now gets to fire into combat because he didn't get charged this round. So this is 5 shots hitting on 3s.
Okay.
4 hits. These are only strength 3 shots though, so he's wounding on 4s. I'd expect 2 wounds here. Only 1. Doesn't save it, gets a feel no pain. Doesn't save it, wow.
Okay. Okay.
And he kills.
That's a dead. It only took 50 attacks. I'm joking, but probably like 15. Over 15 attacks to take that shield drone out of action.
I think it was 17 onto him. Including those 5 shots there.
Yep.
From a model that is more than double its point cost.
Yep.
And other models helping.
Yeah.
I mean, this has been a good round for Ray relatively. It just feels lost. It feels like it's too late.
Yeah, so best case scenario is he contests one objective, he's holding another, so he'll only be getting hold 1. His opponent will be getting hold 1.
Ooh. Plasma Caliber is shooting.
For the first time in this game, plus.
Yeah, first time in the whole game because that drone is tying him up all game. And I think that's 2 wounds onto the gun drone. It goes right through. Not overcharged though, but he does kill. Wow.
Okay. Okay, so this is kind of interesting, Shane.
I don't know why they're measuring to see if that model is within an inch of cover from the Sicarian, considering he's obviously not within an inch because he wasn't in combat.
Yeah. The Infiltrator Princeps.
Yeah. I mean, that gun drone, the gun drone that just got shot was not within an inch of the Infiltrator Princeps. Okay. Otherwise, he could have shot him.
But it was
he was
within,
in combat.
Yeah, it was within an inch of the Vanguard gunner, though, right?
No. Oh. No. This guy that just died over here was not within an inch of him, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They were measuring it to check for the feel no pain.
Yeah.
Because, or not for the feel no pain, for the minus on the injury roll. I was just questioning why they were even bothering, because if he was within an inch of cover, he would not have been able to get shot.
Now, what I'm thinking is, since this Vanguard gunner started off in combat, would it be able to activate during the fight phase and consolidate, or excuse me, pile in?
No, because he wasn't charged this round.
Right.
Okay. That was 3 damage, I believe. Oh, no. That was RayJay just got cut apart. Another drone dead.
Yeah, so this will be interesting. So he got a point from cut apart. He'll be able to pick up that bounty token. He's holding that single objective down there. So that's 3 points for RayJay.
And yeah, Ray had a great round here. It's just the primary is really going to hurt him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lues moving up to 15 points. Ray is going to move up to 12. So the gap tightens a little bit. It was a 4-point gap. Now it's a 3-point gap. I just don't know how much he can do at this point. I guess worth considering. Lues doesn't get proximity alert this turn. He didn't pick up a bounty. I think RayJay's his path to victory involves holding 2, and I just don't see it.
No.
Because, I mean, he can pick up 2 bounties and score cut apart again, and score. He can't score scout the field again. He's maxed it now. So he can get 3 points off of 2 bounties and cut apart, and then hold 1. And that will, oh no, it is still a 12. Wait. Apparently, Lues has 16 points actually, so yeah, I don't think it is possible any longer. It looks like they might be calling it. His canticle that 3rd round was Chant of the Remorseless Fist, so rerolling 1s to hit in the fight phase. I think they're thinking about calling it right now before round 4. It is a really desperate board state right now for RayJay.
Yeah.
Discussions happening now. Yeah, I mean, so RayJay would hope that he can hold 1, get 2 bounties, get cut apart. That would give him 4 points to tie the game up, but then he's still losing in the tiebreaker, meaning that his only way out involves holding 2. And even then, I think Lues is definitely going to hold 1. So that'll bring Lues up to 17. And then again, the tiebreaker it's just not happening.
Yeah.
The only hope would be killing enough guys this round where Lues takes and then fails a break test, and then just mass shakes. Which I'm looking at it.
I'm not sure if that's possible.
He would have to kill, I think, 3 more guys. No, 4 more guys, right? Because how many guys does he have? 16 or 15?
He has 16, and 4 of them are out right now.
So he would need to kill 5 more models, and I just don't see how that's possible.
Yeah, that's not happening.
He could kill 1 over here with the Vanguard, kill this guy here, maybe kill this guy here. Ruststalker's not doing anything.
Nope.
Yeah, the break test scenario is super unlikely. Oh, Lues, hold on. Lues did not get scout the field that round. Oh, I think they just figured out Lues didn't get scout the field the last 2 rounds because he was well more than an inch out. So it's actually only 13 to 12.
What?
Oh my goodness.
What?
Yeah, Lues has he's been giving himself points for scout the field in that position when
Oh
he
my
hasn't
god.
Okay. We may very well have a game on our hands.
Yeah, we have a game. Holy crap. Wow. Okay.
I am Yeah, wow, that is a so that's going to be his first move. It's making sure that he gets that scout the field. You know, I mentioned that earlier and I totally forgot about it. Huh. So yeah, I mean it's a 1-point game now.
Wow.
And honestly, I mean
What a
looking at
turn
Lues,
here.
yeah, looking at Lues secondaries, there's just no way that Lues is picking up a bounty this turn. He would have to kill in melee and then pile on because right now there's no bounties on the board. I suppose he could maybe kill and get a ranged kill and then use recon sweep to walk onto it.
All right, so now loses at 15 points.
Okay, he's given him back Scott the field. Not sure why. I mean, maybe Lues is just being, or sorry, RayJay is just being a nice guy and saying that he can have the scout the field points, which I would not. I mean, if he didn't measure it, I
Yeah. And guys, if you've been watching, I did have to tell Ray that it was the board edge and not the like interior wall edge where you score your point that you have to be within an inch from. So
Ray asked us that for the record.
yeah.
Yeah, we didn't just go in and let him know.
Yeah.
It might be that Lues thought it was the wall as well. I don't know.
Yeah. And I mean, let's be honest, if he thought that that was the case, it was the wall, not the board edge, then he was like, you know, rightfully scoring the points
Yeah,
that he thought he was scoring. So,
sure.
and he definitely had like the movement and the ranged capabilities to still be putting shots on those electro priests while definitely still being within an inch of the wall, or excuse me, not the wall, the board edge.
So in that case, probably still not a winnable game if we're
Yeah.
giving those points.
Right.
It is. I mean, it's a 3-point gap. Lues can still get 2 more points on the primary. So let's assume he does. He'll go up to 17. Ray can get 2 bounties and cut apart and hold 1 to bring him up to 16. He would need to hold 2. And I don't think Ray is going to hold 2.
Yeah, his one play would be charging in his leader into those 2 shield drones and then somehow killing both of them.
Yeah.
Or at least flesh wounding one and getting it to shake.
Yeah, I mean, I guess let's say he splits and kills them both. That's 2 guys. Let's assume this gunner over here by the infiltrator dies. That's 3. And then maybe this shield drone right next to the fall grate here dies. That's 4. He still needs to kill a 5th just to force a break test.
Yeah.
And I don't know how, I mean, I guess he could move this gunner over, take some shots down this path, but that's a really long shot.
Right.
I guess he could walk over, open this door, take a shot at this shield drone in the corner that's been scoring scout the field. Yeah, I just don't know. Oh, well, I guess Ray still needs to. Oh no, Ray has scored scout the field 3 times apparently. So
Yeah.
he's all set on that. Yeah, the win condition for Ray is a break test turn 4 that fails for Lues, and then he fails an outrageous amount of morale tests, especially with all these guys like bunched up. They're probably not going to fail morale tests even if they do break. But I mean, stranger things have happened. I guess if he reaches that point, then enough drones have died where anything's possible.
Yeah.
And then against any other team that can take 16 bodies, you think, oh, killing 4 to 5 guys in a turn, that's not too crazy. But against Tau, it is pretty crazy.
So right now we are in what phase of turn 4?
I think they're still in movement phase.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure what's happening. We're all just kind of sitting here. I don't know if Ray has called it, or if he's going to try and win. Okay. Oh, they've just been sitting there
Oh,
talking.
okay.
So okay, Ray called the game. That would have been nice to know.
Yeah.
We'll hop into their voice chat now.
And here's a question, and Ryan, I realized actually that my guy wasn't within 1 inch of the wall the entire time he scored the 3 points.
Yeah.
So how do you want to do this? Because it was 16, but it's like we could just take off all 3 points, or we can treat it as if I would have noticed at some point and then fixed and got 2 points at most. Not really sure what you guys want to run at.
Did you think that it was the wall first got the field, or did you?
No, I knew it was the edge. I just apparently thought he was within an inch, so it was.
Yeah.
Just
I mean,
fuck up.
In that case, I would say you would not get the points.
Yeah.
Okay, so then it's 13.
So do you guys want to play it out, or are we going to? What's the situation?
No, we already finished the
Oh,
last
it's
round.
over.
Oh, okay.
We got through all 4 turns really quickly.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
It's a final score with that judgment of 13-12.
Okay. For what it's worth, for you guys to know, points aren't going to matter. If you go 2-1, you automatically make top 4.
That's fine.
So yeah, so 13-12 is the final score then. Congrats to Lues for the win. That was a really tight game.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan, did you have any questions you want to start us off with?
Nothing really in particular. I guess, Luz, why did you decide to go with the grav inhibitor drone for this matchup?
There's no way he doesn't bring full rights.
Good answer. That's a good answer.
And it did stop his full right here from making the charge over here, which was kind of important.
Yeah, that was huge.
By 1 inch, actually. It was like the perfect amount. That does change a lot of how this game would have gone.
Yeah. So I guess follow-up question for you, Ray. Why did you decide to take the full movement of 1 inch and expose that guy to a orbital bombardment's worth of Tau firepower?
I have my belief. I believe in the Omnissiah, my dude.
All right. That's a good answer.
I believe in the Omnissiah, and part of the reason was because I had to debate whether or not I wanted to open this door.
Yeah.
I think 2 big mistakes I made this game. This man did kind of nothing. He scored me points on my secondary, so it's not like he didn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like if I ever wanted to open that door, he'd die. Because then he can't charge or do anything. He's
well,
like,
there was an opportunity for you to have opened the door, I think, turn 2, where he would have been within an inch of a shield drone. But then, like, another drone could pull up and close the door, so unless you want to risk taking a mortal wound. with the door being shut.
Yeah.
The other thing was it was
with the FAQ.
Yeah, I get to go second, so according to the FAQ, I can still fall back, which is what I warned him about, because then he'd have his guy right there open to shooting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that FAQ what kind of got me to turn back. I think I should have still done it. That would have helped. Like, I think it would have just... I would have still have been relying on Shroud Psalm and his hand being in his pocket. It could have helped. Could have gotten lucky.
Mm-hmm.
I think my other big mistake was... I always forget that there is a beginning of the movement phase stratagem for Admech that gives you a +1 to your invuln. And that would have actually saved the Zealot. He didn't make 5s, he made 4s. He would have made it through that round of shooting, gone into combat. Next guy would have gotten in. And I think I could have actually taken some momentum and gotten some secondaries. I don't think I could have done anything to prevent this, really, as long as these dudes weren't killing anything. But yeah, I think I just I got some I got a bad charge roll. Turn 2, and I I got
Ray,
that 1 too.
Ray, I wanted to talk to you about that charge roll actually, because I think there was something that you did there that I wanted to ask you about. You got the 1 basically with everything considered. You needed a 3 to get in, which is just incredible.
Oh yeah, you're right. Why did I move that dude? Oh my god, I thought you were talking about the other dude. Oh my god, I should not have moved. You're right. He should have stayed there.
You moved him out into LOS of all of the Tau shooting, and I was wondering, because you could have kept him behind that wall, basically safe from shooting until next round.
Honest answer, mistake of the brain.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Just kind of like, I need to move forward and get as close as I physically can. I should have just kept him in the hallway. You're right. We make mistakes all the time. I was getting greedy.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Maybe get him to pile in or something. It's just, yeah, that 1 to its charge I think was my one bad roll of the game, because I already re-rolled the save roll. If I spent that 1 seat, it happens, It happens in game.
For sure.
I think I made a lot of other different mistakes that made big determinations for how the output came.
Well, fortunately for you, this is the only Tau you're going to have to worry about in the play-in. So your next 2 games will be separate matchups, not Tau. Speaking of which, Lues, I wanted to ask you, you've been playing Drakari the entire season of ELO, and now for Zenith, you've made the switch over to Tau. Can you talk to us about that?
I like Drakari, but if I had to split factions into tiers, it'd be really 3 simple tiers: 1 that are not competitive, 1 that's competitive, and 1 that'll pretty much win you the tournament. I feel like Drakari falls in the competitive one. Could they win the tournament? Yes, but you have to get a bit lucky. I don't think they're gonna win against Orcs, Astartes, and Tau. Specifically, I feel more comfortable fighting Orcs and Astartes versus Tau, because I just have the worst luck with wound rolls, apparently. After rolling multiple 1 wound rolls on the shooting at the last round, it was a little bit like, this seems about right.
Yeah.
But I did want to go Tau in WDVO. I even remember mentioning that playing against you last time I played Tau. But I just didn't get enough games in that I didn't go into play them in WWO, because I just didn't feel comfortable running them when I didn't have enough games.
Fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough. And I mean, you made top 8 with Drakari last tournament, so probably the right call. So I want to ask you a little bit without showing too much of your hand. What's been your approach with this faction, and what about it is kind of worked for your play style?
On the upside, because of the shield drones having 4 up invuln and 5 up in pain, they feel very similar to Rax to me. And I play Drakari in a way that I feel more defensive. I used to play really aggressively, but I kind of switched over defensive, which works against some matchups, but I need to switch the aggressiveness back on other matchups. So I'm kind of used to already having bodies that are kind of tanky and throwing them around, but this just has the extra mobility. I do have a lot less threat pressure. The rear rifles are really nice, but they're harder to set up. Melee is so much easier to set up when it comes to, if I get that charge off, it's simple. There's a good chance I might get a wound roll through. Well, not my rolls, but definitely takes more. Definitely takes more planning than just being like, do I need to charge this guy? This has where do I put these guys? And plus, I had to go second the first 3 rounds, so I had a much easier time setting up to shoot what I needed to shoot.
For sure. Yeah, you are probably one of the favorites to make Zenith out of this qualifier, and with this win, it's definitely gonna help you a lot. You just basically you're in a position where you have to play 2 more games and you need to win one of them, and you are in. So super exciting stuff right there. Ryan, did you have any other questions you wanted to ask Lues or Ray?
No, I think that about does it.
Okay.
So
Well,
guys,
thank you guys both. Yeah. Oh, go ahead, Ryan. Take it.
Yeah, I was just gonna tell everybody watching, if you guys, tomorrow we're gonna be doing a double header starting at 3 for the Spain versus USA Kill Team exhibition.
That's Eastern time.
Yes,
Eastern time.
yes, it's Eastern time. Game at 3, and then Biernid's game will be at 6 p.m. Eastern time. So to be sure to turn in for that. Make sure to subscribe if you enjoy this sort of thing, if you enjoy the content that we're putting out, if you haven't already. 67% of our viewers are not subscribed, which is actually down from what used to be 69. So we're making progress, but it's nearly not good enough. So yeah, no, we appreciate everybody who's watching today and who's going to be watching this in the future. Take care.
Mm-hmm.